having a great old chinwag here with Julia O'Donnell, who is Guess Who's Mama. Now, Guess Who is allowed to join us, and Julia, what we're going to do is we're going to put him in the hot seat because, of course, he's starting with his very own show on RT on Sunday. Is that right, Daniel?
That's right.
So I think it's time you got used to that hot seat over
Okay.
there. But listen, Julia, never mind him
It's
for a
comfortable,
while.
mind
It's
you.
a lovely seat. Don't go to sleep, but never mind him.
Okay.
Tell me, do you travel with him a lot?
Yes,
Where do you travel to?
nearly all the dances.
All the
Courses,
dances?
Yes,
And do you go into the dances and do you sit around and
Yes.
listen to him?
yes,
And where have you been? What sort of places have you been to with him?
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Shetland Islands and all over Scotland and England, Ireland, everywhere. Everybody go.
Yeah. She came with me to the Shetland Islands. We went there in May because over 40 years ago, my father came from Burton Port, but over 40 years ago, she met my father in the Shetland Islands when they went to the Gutton. And she'd never been back after they got married. And I went to do a concert there, so we went back and she gathered up a whole lot of memories in the Shetland Islands in May.
Isn't that a lovely idea? Fantastic.
Sad memories.
Sad memories, I'm sure, because
But
of course,
happy memories too.
Happy
yeah, happy memories of the early days.
Yes.
Isn't that right? You yourself, Julia, were born where?
Owey Island.
Owey Island.
Yes.
What was life like in Owey Island in those
Lovely.
days?
Lovely.
Was it?
Yes,
It must have been a hard old life, though.
was hard, but we were happy.
You were. Now, when Daniel was growing up, was there lots of music, Daniel, in your house then?
Well, there was. I can remember the island people. There was great music on the island, you know, and they had. They used to have dances in the school when I would go there in the summertime, on holidays, and sometimes when they would come out, you know, to stay, or if they had to stay out because the weather was bad, we often had sing songs in our house down at home, and they'd tell the stories and of the hard. They'd always tell us about the hard times, and maybe Mammy would like to tell you about. They didn't have a road, and do you want to tell them about that, Ma? But you just had to carry all the stuff down on your backs. And
About 5 miles.
On your backs?
Yes, on our backs.
Did
On
the
our
women-
bare feet.
And did the women have to do that too?
Yes.
Didn't he have it easy now in comparison? Didn't he? Does he realise it, do you
In his
think?
Volvo.
In his Volvo?
Yes.
Now there's style for you. There's style
oh, there's
for
a
you.
plug for Volvo.
We'll ignore that.
All the help ever I got was the donkey and the wheelbarrow.
A donkey and a wheelbarrow, man.
Hasn't done you any harm, Julian. Not a darn bit, has it?
No.
Daniel, I'm sure people must think, I mean, people think you're gorgeous right now. I'm not saying whether he is or whether he's not.
That's all right.
But people think you're gorgeous. Surely they expect you to bring a sort of a bevy of 16-year-old blondes with you instead of mama.
Well, I suppose. Well, I don't know if they think that or not, but the reason that I'd bring my mother with me so much is my father, as I said, he came from Burton Port, but my father died when I was 6, and she brought us all up. The eldest was 17, was it, John was? And there was 5 of us all together, and it wasn't easy. You know, I never wanted for anything, you know. I never needed anything that I didn't get.
And you feel now you're saying thank you.
I think now it's time to return all the favours, and she did without a whole lot of things back then, and
I'm
now
sure
it's
you're
time.
making it all up to her. Daniel, we're looking forward to seeing your show on Sunday. We're not going to ask you, would you like to tell us just who's on the first one?
Well, we have on the first show we have a group from America. They're 4 sisters called the Forrester Sisters, and then we have the Dubliners, and we have Mary Duff. Mary tours with us from time to time,
good.
all over. And
Will you have any Donegal stars at all at any stage?
well, we have a whole Dongal show, and we're going to have a lot of stars. We'll be having my sister, of course, Margaret, and we'll have a lot of the new acts, and we'll have some of the stalwarts, namely Bridie Gallagher is one of my favourites, and she'll be there.
Well, no, I might be able to arrange a little meeting for you with Bridie Gallagher, but we'll talk about that later on. For the moment, may I wish you all the best, and especially thank you for coming on the show. And Julia, who didn't want to appear on television at all, thank you a million times, and you were great, so you were.